rocking Mystic Ermac.
Round 1, fight.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this goes because Mystic has a lot of different ways that he can play. He can play it relatively safe, could go for the forward teleport. But Liu Kang getting some pressure going, 4-2-1-3.
All of this was generated off a savage as hell wake up low fireball from Zed. Doesn't go for it again.
And really, that's all it takes. Dragon's Fire is just one of those characters. The momentum that character can get off the smallest hit. Oh no,
misses the punish!
No punish!
Oh, no, raw overhead. From Druzad. Great stagger, building a lot of meter here.
Now, Flip Mode is playing this matchup relatively well. He's trying to keep it safe, but he's getting a lot of missed punishes that really could cost him. Let me keep it safe, 187, making sure it's his turn, but the armor EX from Flip Mode. And that tricky jumping punch with jump 2. Able to almost like a Justice-like cross up there. Flip Mode taking the first round.
And an odd trade that actually ends up in Liu Kang's favor there. But Flip Mode or Drew's out here. Not affected. Had the read with the teleport, but didn't have the conversion. I don't think he was ready or committed there.
That was an act of God right there that he did not get that punish. It would have been devastating. But here he is again, Flip Mode sitting on no meter. Finally gets a bar, but his back is towards the corner, manages to get out. Playing this spacing game. Does not want anything to do with Liu Kang up close, but Liu Kang is finally in! And that's a very nice presence of mind by 187 Zed, because he didn't have the stamina to really keep it going. He decided to meter burn the flip kicks.
And here,
for a little bit more pressure.
Here, you take all the risk, but that would not have come off the bar, but it might pay off for him here.
Oh no, he just drops the conversion. That would have been so great, but he's not out of it just yet. And there it is, 187 Zed finally back on the board. Tying it up, we're going to the third round.
Now he came up, he had a breaker going in round number 3, but he came off the bar with the EX push, got the trade, got the full combo. Luckily, well, that was almost a terrible position for him going in round number 3. And now Zed turning things up here.
Here's what seems to be happening right now. 187, his reads are 100% on point, but the execution is really costing him. He's going for these standing forward 2 staggers into the forward 4 string, and it's working every single time, but the conversions are just not there yet. But the pressure is, and the EX push to make sure it comes away.
And the trade! Once again,
we have a really solid even match here right now. Oh, tries to go for the teleport. Oh.
Vice clicking and tiring. Doesn't get a full combo though, and drops the link there.
That could have been causing that might just cost him the match. One more mix.
Very good patience from Zed here. And now we're gonna now it's dead even!
He's out of chip territory.
And
he goes to the EX. Take the first match.
Very good stuff. That was an intense first game for us here in the Kombat Cup.
Now, that was heartbreaking. That was extremely heartbreaking. He had that match in the bag. It was over. He had the chance to go up 1-0 right there, but that execution again, just like I was talking about, it is so important to make sure that you get those conversions. You make sure that if you open up a character, especially one like Mystic Ermac, you have to capitalize.
Absolutely.
And those few key drops is what cost him.
And Buzzsaw Lao showing here for Zed.
Okay. Now this could be a really good pick. Buzzsaw definitely has its advantages as far as the full screen game, but with the character that has a teleport, you still have to be a little bit cautious with your zone. Safest word to say there. Mystic Ermac, obviously with the tech to armor through that projectile, possibly getting conversion, starts off with a raw teleport.
And that's the second time that the raw teleports actually worked out for Flip Mode here, but didn't get the conversion.
Something going here, very nice combo here, but another drop. You can tell that these nerfs are kicking in. Oh, very nice EX teleport. Now this is going to be tough for Zed. He needs to keep his back away from that corner, regardless of if he has the meter or not. Go for some pressure here.
And Zed here is not respecting push one bit, and I am loving it. He is just going in. And there's one of the pushes. He's got
nice
2 more.
Scouting out that push. Now he has Flip Mode in a very bad position. He had nothing to deal with, and this is actually easy for 187 to go ahead and take the second match if he can keep Mystic Ermac off of that meter.
Very good anti-air from Zod again, but as we've seen, the execution has just not been there for him.
Playing it safe here. Very nice block on the teleport, but he didn't have the hat to go for the spin. Free again, some pressure going. Now, Flip Mode has been doing really well with these staggers. He's been staggering the forward 2 and the forward 3, I think. And it seems to be working. Very nice EX push.
Caught Zed just walking back there, and another stagger in the throw. Gets the positioning towards the corner, and a very good down 3 and a push as an anti-air.
Flip Mode's in a good spot right here. He has the life lead. He spends the bar anyway just to make sure he takes that match. Or takes that round, excuse me. So going into round number 3 again. Now, both of them don't really have much meter. Kung Lao is dangerous with or without meter. Mr. Ermac kind of needs to rely on that bar to produce a threat.
And here's where constant mix is going to come into play.
Here's the mix. Get out those Paulo dollars, man. Here it comes. Very nice grab.
We're going to be rich tonight, and hitboxes, please!
Oh, but the... Oh, he goes for the teleport for his next punish there. He got a little bit more.
And if Zed would have actually committed to the string, it would have caught Flip Mode's backdash, and that's going to do it for Zed. He's going to tie things up here.
That unrelenting pressure by Zed, it's so hard to deal with. And he really just seemed to be in Flip Mode's head. He really did. Those staggers just threw him off at the
Pay your respects.
And now we're going to have a tie game at 1-1. These two are going at it for our first game. I'll tell you that.
I like where this is going. And you know what? I was a little bit skeptical with the pick to Buzzsaw Lao, but he really seems to be doing some decent work with them. Now, it's really more of a matter if Zed is going to, or if, excuse me, if Flip Mode's going to be sticking with Mr. Ermac here. He's kind of sitting in the character select screen, hovering around a little bit. So we'll have to see. It doesn't look like he wants to go. He's hovering over Jax. Hovering over the maimed iron-armed warrior. That's an interesting one. We have yet to see.
Carl Weathers Jax has hit the building.
And Wrestler nonetheless. Now, Wrestler is one of those characters that if he touches you, you are in for the ultimate blend. That command grab and the tick throws are so hard to deal with. And especially with a character like Lao, where his only armor move now is teleport, it could be a problem if he doesn't read out the right stuff.
Exactly. Ever since that patch.
And the savagery
of
the EX overhead.
And almost wrecked that teleport there, but if there's one thing that Jax still has, is he has still some of the biggest damage in the corner for no bar.
And besides the damage, you take a look at his corner carry, which is arguably one of the best things about him. Oh, very nice cross up there. Nice EX teleport to switch positions here. I like how Zed is approaching this. He knows that Jax is still scary up close, but if he puts that corner pressure in there, it might alleviate some of the nerves as far as dealing.
And the instant
very nice conversion.
And the savage 1-2 overhead dash punch.
It never ceases to me. It works 60% of the time, every time. And he's sitting there. And
and the back dash. He is not going to escape that.
That 1-2 EX overhead was really all he needed to switch that momentum. Couple wrong reads in there. A nice little scout by Zed, and he was back in there.
And Jax,
nice
one of those characters that you don't have that fear of pressuring on Wake Up because he doesn't have the armored launcher.
Oh, very nice EX teleport now. Flibbo needs to understand
and big damage here.
Zed has been doing these EX teleports a lot, and he keeps switching positions, and this was just an absolute massacre in Game 3. 187 Zed now up 2-1 in almost lightning speed fashion.
Zed did what Flipmode was trying to do there, which is get him to the corner and put him in the blender to close him out there. $50, please.
Oh, you already know. I have these on deck. Now, here's the thing. Drew Zod is now, he's mentally, he has to take a step back, and he has to think. Obviously, his first mistake was picking Jax. And clearly, just something wasn't going right, so he doesn't need to go back to Jax. But it's a matter of if he has faith in his Mystic Ermac to do that. And obviously, for those, you know, real quick, you guys, throw a couple one of those in there, because that was the most mix. Now, Zod had some of the mix in there as well, with that 1-2 overhead working pretty much 100% of the time. But you need a lot more than that to be able to go up against a Buzzsaw Lao of this caliber. So he's opting to go back to Mystic. I think it's a smart choice. Because let's put it this way, he played great as Mystic. He just made a few wrong reads, the execution wasn't really there. But if he could tighten up a few things, we could really see this going into Game 5.
Absolutely. As you said, it was just a couple of errors there in the second game where Flip Mode would have been up 2-1. I mean, 2-0.
Oh, Flip Mode had the right idea going for that neutral jump punch against the teleport, but he should have went for the down 3 instead. Blocked the teleport, and there was the punish. Very nice scout on the EX push. 187 Zed playing on point right now.
And wow! Actually,
that looked like he was buffering it, like he was waiting for it. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the props.
Yeah, he even if what he had input got reversed, the fact that he was scouting it and pressed the button was sensational. But Zed has been all over Flip Mode on Wake Up with that 4-3 string.
187 Zed is playing this absolutely perfect. He's giving Flip Mode this pressure even though he's from full screen by using the threat of the teleport. The teleport and the grab has been eating Flip Mode alive. Very nice standing one stagger into grab, putting him a little bit more towards the corner.
And scouting the teleport. Now Zed on fire. Oh, but he could have punished that with a full combo. Instead, just opting for the reversal push. And now he's got him in the corner. And instead of throwing the mix, caught him respecting the mix and going for the throw. Which in Mortal Kombat is, of course, mix in and of itself!
Oh, doesn't get the punish on the regular push there. The X push keeping him far away, but he decides to run back in. Opens him up.
And a full combo! Finally!
The execution is there. A healthy 37%. Back from that, just wants to go for the check. Nice back.
Very good back dash. He actually had the reaction.
Just yet. Can he make this comeback? Scouts out the push, and there's a regular push.
Now we're even on health, even on meter. Round 3. Who's gonna take it?
Now Flip Mode has been tightening up a little bit of those loose screws there. But 187 Zed, just when he starts getting something going, it's so hard to stop him. Nice back 2-2 trade there.
Here come the mixes!
And this is not where you want to be. Very nice blocks in the EX push to stick. Oh, no punish on the back 3-4.
And the quick mixes with the staggers have worked out great for him, but the damage just has not added up.
Sitting on a bar, but they're not easy. He gets the teleported that one lift.
And the conversions are now in effect for Flip Mode. Dropped, but still got 18% for his effort.
Just drops it. Oh, just a couple drops there. You could almost feel their hands shaking right. It is so close.
And the down one to go underneath the blast.
All these staggers hoping to just open someone off. Goes for the EX push, down one in the soul blast.
And the raw spin from Zed. That read alone might take it for him. And the hat is gonna do it. 187 Zed is gonna advance.